What is up, people? Half Slab Bacon back with another episode on the Pork Grind server. So, guys, I got this in, and I did it off camera, finished up the inside, and now I want to work on the system downstairs, get our train from our shulker storage set up and ready to go, so that we can finish building the top section here by the end of this week, early next week, and get this thing up and running. Super important. So, before we get into that, there's something I wanted to discuss with you guys, and you will see I'm in creative, and that is why. And it's because of these shulker boxes. So I wanted to talk about that. I'll show you guys our complete system here while we talk about that. So I decided the length of chests here was actually piston push length. So 12 blocks between the slime and the redstone blocks up top. And then we've got our pretty simple setup here with the minecart, with chest and the detector rail and the comparator stuff and things there. And, well, I can go like this, I guess. We'll go like this. We'll lock that open so you guys can see. It's going to do the back and forth while we're talking. But you can see I've got the cake into the subtraction piston, so it won't let this go until it's full. And then, the torch up into a block, repeater up top here, and redstone dust down there, just so we don't have to have a block there, which would obviously power this bad boy as well. And then I've got a safety switch here if I want to lock it, like I do right now, because I don't want this going anywhere, obviously, till we're done the track. And I'm screwing up because I'm in creative and I'm not thinking. So let's get rid of that. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about here is, obviously, because of the insane amount of boxes we're going to need, I want them to be labeled so people bring them back here. And I want them colored white so they represent iron. And then I got to thinking about it, and I realized that you have to die and name them all individually. Which, later on, sure, but for the first couple runs, it's too much. It's hours of grinding for me, guys. So I decided I would make one in creative and go up, and can we put a block here for me to stand on while I do this with you guys? Go up and just grab them like this and do this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to throw the die and the shulkers and stuff out to match up with this. And the first couple times I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this one on camera, and we'll actually, we're going to get rid of that guy. Like I said, I will do the first couple on camera, or off camera, like that, and I'm going to throw the stuff out. So, let's go back into survival. Now, I recognize it costs dye as well as the shulkers and levels and iron. Well, iron's not going to be a concern. We've already got like a shulker box full of iron blocks over there that's barely been touched. It, like, not even halfway, even with what I've been using for over here and what Clayton's been using for the area. And once this is up and running, it's irrelevant. And, I mean, levels is like an AFK session overnight at the gold farm. So the resources isn't an issue, right? It's the time. So I decided I would be conservative with my time here, and I'm going to do the first couple chest systems like that, let it load in. So what I did was I counted this myself, and it's a dozen hoppers and a dozen chests from the bottom, okay? That's perfect number. Now when I say chests, I mean double chests. So it's actually 24 chests, 24 chests, 12 hoppers. So you can see I've got a chest filled with chests, and I've got a chest full of shulker shells. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do the totals of how many shulkers we would need, and then we're going to throw out the appropriate amount. Alright guys, so I did the math, and can I not click? Oh, because it's not a solid block, right? So we'll put it right there. Yeah, it works out to 11 stacks plus 4. So 708 is 24 chests and 12 hoppers. 708 slots. So that works out to 11 stacks of chests, 11 stacks of bone meal. And I just grabbed these out of the mob farm. Like I said, resources isn't a concern. And then that's going to be 22 stacks of these guys. Oh boy, so let's start with the bones. So that's 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. We'll just, whatever. Bones are so easy to come by, it doesn't matter, right? And then we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Plus, what did I say? 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. So, yeah, I mean, yes, it would cost me levels, but it's just time. Now, once I've got a couple chess runs in, like, I'll probably do this one more time, and that's it. After that, I'll start doing them by the correct amount. Actually do the colors, the dyes, do the leveling. Like, I'll do it all legit. Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh my god. Guys, yeah. It does save me a ton of time, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Gotta do it again. And yeah, thanks to Clayton for most of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we said plus 4, right? So it would be 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's basically all the shulkers I had anyways, farmed ahead of time. And as I said, the bulk of these came from Clayton grinding for shulker heads for his head collection. So really what this does is it just saves me hours of time, and it's not something that normally I would approve of on a server, but in a case like this, like, in all honesty, if one of the patrons came to me asking me if we could do that, really, you're just talking about saving a bunch of hours in grind time, right? That's all you're saving yourself by doing that. So I would allow it. So now I'm down to this, which next run I'll probably just, like, count those out and do it that way, kind of thing. Now I have another empty shulker box, which is great. But that at least gives us enough to get started. And you can see the lights on now, which makes it very apparent that the farm's going to be capable of running. What I want to get done now is... I forgot to grab dye. Start putting this in so we can get ready. So the first things first, I need to put more hoppers in. So first things first is getting this in. Now we gotta go this way on all sides, and then originally we had this like a so, and I think I have to double check. I think I'm okay to just go like that, if memory serves me, and then run the hoppers, or the the ice on top, like so, and then just wire it in accordingly. Naturally, I'm going to double check all that, so I'm going to cut, because doing all this is, like, got to be exact block by block, so I've got my test world open on the other computer, so I can, you know, make sure I'm doing all this right. Alright, so this one's easier than most, simply because no fandangled redstone or any of that stuff and things. But it actually gets marked if I look correctly. Yes, right here. And bang. So the actual elevator starts off on that side, but then this gets cut here, and then I think what I did... Yeah, I'm running the stone slabs to right here, starting the water on the next end. And actually, all I did with these corners and stuff, I just left those flat. And I found the trick was, you have to go like that. You have to have... You can't go to the last block, you have to stop just ahead. So this one just runs around here, and then actually ends here, right? Because this is going to be connected to the item elevator over there. That's going to be for the shulker boxes full of iron blocks. So I'm going to get that done. Just double check all my spots, make sure everything's kosher, and seal it off like so, so we can move on to the next waterway. Because these first couple waterways have to be in before we can start building the redstone up. I did make one boo-boo over here, and that is this. Doesn't need to be like that. What I did... Can I? No? No? Please? Okay, fine, I'll go this way. What I did for these sections is we actually run the repeater in through the ice block, and then the ice block powers the redstone dust, and that's what turns it on. So this is why I've gotta, like, basically do the bulk of this off camera. Okay, have I ever mentioned I'm really smart when I design some of this stuff and things? I was using sea lanterns for lighting in the back, which I don't have with me. I think they're at the base. I don't know. I might just go grab... I checked my shulker box. I must have left them at my base. I might just go grab some more from the farm. Just because as I'm going, it's more convenient to do it. So this one just closes off here, right? Because this is going to be the main feed of ingots. No, of shulker boxes full of ingots. So we're going to build the loader over here, right? And it's just going to feed directly into that. Now, in order to get that over there, we first have to have this come up, and this is going to be our storage space for... our elevator for all the stuff and things. So I've got to get that configured in. And once we get up to the next level, which I think goes right here, is going to have all the item filters on it. So it'll have a filter that picks up the ingots, a filter over here that picks up the iron blocks, as well as the overflow over here that's going to have, what do you call it? The no stack item filter to pick up any empty shulker boxes that get screwed up and make it erroneously into the system. I need more glass too. I'm not going to have enough. So I've got an auto smelter already set up downstairs. So I think what I need to do is go collect some sand for smelting. Just on a side note, engineer mentioned he was working on this, but I completely forgot about it. So he's got a kelp farm going here. I forget who I saw use this design. I think it was Impulse XP. It's not bad. I mean, how much kelp do you need, right? There's bigger, much more efficient farms, but really, like, what do you need kelp for? It's okay for making source blocks. Ice is better. It's a pretty underwater decoration. A whole bunch of people were on like it's a great fuel source. It's a crappy fuel source, man. Way too much work. To make fuel, way too much work. Just not worth it. Like, Go get some blaze rods from a good blaze farm. You know what I mean? Like, done. Freaking way easier. Farming wood to make charcoal is less work than that. But he also put in a coral farm. So this basically works the same as my seaweed farm did. Only it has to be in a certain biome, right? Has to be in one of the warm ocean biomes. So if we check here, warm ocean. So that's cool to know that we've got that here. I'll probably come by and steal some coral or farm up some coral for decoration. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, since last episode, I decided to put the lighting in up there and not have to worry and shift these there, and that gives us just enough. So that's good. And actually the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change all those to sea lanterns, because I kind of don't like the way the glowstone sneaks through, and frankly, need the glowstone for other projects. So there's that. Alright, so I figured now was probably a pretty good time to get working on this. So... Ooh, I don't think I need to go that far. Let's cap it right there, because I believe I have some redstone work to do there. However, for the rest of this, that can probably go like so. So we're going to have more blocks on top of it. But for the visual, our waterway where we're going to drop stuff and things is going to come down right here. So over here, we want this blocked off. So we'll just go like that there. And then this is all going to get filled in anyways. And here's where we start building the redstone mechanisms. So actually, most accurately, right here, we should have this guy, I believe. Bam. Like so. Because we're going to want to come in and basically stand right here and face that. So, yeah, we'll stick that there for now. I'm going to put a torch just so we have some lighting. And, let's not fall on our butts. Let's grab this. And... I think that's as far as we need to go. That takes care of this side, and then I can start filling this in. Now, I do know which one's got my redstone for this project. We're going to need one of these bad boys. Bam. Right here, because that is going to be... Oh, I can't remember where I put any of the boxes, for crying out loud. Ooh. Wait. I just did all this to you guys, sorry. That guy's got to go there. So, I can't even remember how the redstone component works. I'm not too worried about that right now. The main focus at the moment is just getting this in. So we need... this actually like that, and then we need another slab here, because the water is going to go to right there. I'm going to have like some magic piston stuff and things going on there as well. But up in here, we're going to have a repeater there. This guy right here is going to be a sea lantern. And I believe I did the same thing on the other side just to provide some lighting for this area. So that's basically like, that's all we have to worry about on this end. That's done now, as far as this is concerned. Now here's the only spot that's spawnable. And you can see we've got 8 block from having that right there. The rest of this is not... I screwed up there. Spawnable. Oh, you know what? I screwed up there because I'm an idiot. You can see the... Yeah. See the light stuff and things? That should not be there. That should not be there. Because that, my friends, is where our ice stream's going to come through. So if we come up here and have a look now, you can see clearly our ice stream. Do I have the observers? No. Let's do this while we're standing on them. Just because it makes more sense now, so... I'm also going to have one coming down this way, I know that. Here, and then there's going to be another row here. I can't remember what the layout is there. There's going to be a piston there. Whatever. But while we're here, we may as well get this done. So I already know for a fact we can pull this bad boy here. Because there's going to be a row of these guys all the way across like that. And then one that comes out like that. And that is going to be... Just put that torch there for now. That's going to be part of our all stop is going this way. So we can lay that out now anyways and tie into it later since I already know, like, that's confirmed we're doing that. And then do I have enough? I should have enough. On this side, we're just going to run these bad boys. It's actually going to have the same line because it's going to feed off and bring the comparator. But we're going to do the comparator cake thing. Okay, so I figured out my layout up here, and we're actually going to half slab these. I believe I put lights in to take care of this eventually anyways, somewhere over here. But just in the interest of safety, those are the only spawnable blocks. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I wish you could put one on top of a cake, but to my knowledge, nothing can spawn on a cake. I don't remember anything being able to spawn on a cake anyways. Light's 8, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, there's the measurement. So when that fills up, it'll pass a signal through here into a block, dust, block, boom, 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 boom. And we're going to carry that on to our thing for the shut off. And then I wanted to show you guys this end. So here's where here's where our ice line for the big machine is coming in. So we'll mark that right now, even though we're not going to get to that till later. But so in there, we're going to have that on-off switch, okay? And when we push that button, this is going to detect, this is going to detect, going to fire that piston. So that's going to house a redstone. Well, no, that's actually going to house, let's do one of these. That's going to house an observer as well. I was about to say redstone block, but no, it's not redstone block. It's actually, go like this. Let's go ahead and set that up right now. Since we're here, we may as well do this. So it's going to host this bad boy, and then that bad boy is actually going to fire into this bad boy. And you can see how that lines up right over here with the line for our hoppers. This is going to lead to our minecart back here, which is going to be responsible for taking the shulkers boxes full of ingots into our large dispenser network. So we're going to have 26 droppers pulsing iron ingots into this water flow all at once, which allows for super fast, crazy timings on the crafting. So the default state's going to be like that. So you can see when it pulses, it'll pull this back, and it'll actually unlock the hopper, but more importantly, there's going to be another piston over here, which you'll see later that it's going to be focusing on. That's going to be the big thing, is it's going to unlock the piston, which will allow the minecart to go. So you can see that switch. When we push the button in there, it's going to toggle this, which is going to move that. That's also going to toggle this, and this is going to be the one that's responsible for starting our block dispensing system. And then this secondary line here is actually going to toggle both of them, because the other side of that is that sticky piston. And then it powers that through the block, which powers this redstone, which powers the piston we had back there to toggle this too. So that's going to be wired into this box right here. So when that gets full, it's going to shut that off. And we need to do like a couple pistons in like a double T flip-flop kind of configuration to pull that off. All right, so chipping away down here, and I decided to grab the redstone box just because I'm trying to remember to come out here. I think we need to come out here too. I'm totally gonna have to look at photos for this. I'm sure of it, but yeah, I was just chatting with Gander, who hasn't been on for a little while. Life's been busy for him, so it was kind of like one of those, yo, what's up, man? How's it going? Long time no see. Okay, so I grabbed this just because I know it's a rather convoluted setup, and I don't want to grab the other thing and find out that I don't have half the stuff, so obviously we need a dropper, right? Isn't that always the way? You needed a dropper. You know you need a dropper. It's a thing. No, you know what? I think I glassed this in. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. We'll find out. I probably just went like that and glassed it in. But the hopper setup here is kind of very convoluted and strictly out of necessity. Yeah, you're telling me Clayton's been doing a great job. So, in order to keep up with the pace, this thing literally has to work from all sides. All sides. Has to be a thing. So I know that's got to come out because we need double here. There. And then I believe what I have is these two going in here. That one going in there. And then let's just go ahead and get that there. I think like that. And I might have these four going in this way as well. I don't know. I'm going to have to check my specs. Okay, so this is why I'm always like checking it twice. Going to find out who's naughty or nice and all that stuff and things. Because I would have totally screwed up there if I didn't. Because, yeah, you can't just have it go direct in, right? Like, this all needs to be covered with glass. So that's a thing. I mean, technically these corners don't, but these do. Clayton prettied it up a little bit too, though, in all fairness. So, what I do know from here is glass. Remember I was debating what that was like? Yeah, that's why I was debating it. Because it looked a little off from, whoops, my memories. So these are all going to be like this, and that's going to be there. So these three go in that side, these two go in that side, and then this whole section's going to come around and go here. Alright, so I figured I'd bring you guys in to show you this, just because since we have the limited space here, doing this is actually kind of tricky in this space without making it overly complicated. So as usual, we're starting with a comparator, but you can see we've actually got the observers there. So we're actually going to use an observer clock in this case. So we're going to go ahead and go like that, and then we're going to put these observers back just because our inventory is flooded. And then we're going to grab a repeater. And we're going to go down a block here. You can see I've got the light there to keep any spawns from happening. That's always important when you do a setup like this and you push it into the ground like that. Because if you don't have that, then yeah, the likelihood of spawns is pretty high. And then in order to actually make this function, we're going to need that bad boy there. And then the dust. And that should be all it takes to make this beautiful, right? Like, let's, see? It's functional! Except, you know, naturally the glass isn't there, so it was just cycling back into our inventory. But outside of that, she's good. So, I believe on this side, what we're going to do here is we're going to go like this. Just so we have a service access. I'm going to put ladders on either side there, and that's going to kind of mark where we can get in and out. And then from there, that's glassed in. That's good. I actually think... I don't think we need any light in there. We've got that light. Nothing spawnable. We slabbed it all off. So let's go ahead and... Remember the glass on that side? Yes, we did. All this is glassed in. So if we now go here and here, that's it's like done, right? Like that's done. And then I think maybe we'll take this back a little further here. Say there. Just to give it a little bit more momentum. And then we basically should be good to close this in. And that is this section. Or I hadn't thought about that. Screwed up there, didn't I? Alright, so even though I'm trying to conserve on this kind of stuff, and I kind of want to keep some sections open anyways... Well, I don't know. No, shouldn't really be a concern. So this was my plan here, kind of all along, is... Because we got a half-slab floor, there's only so much we can do about this, right? So, using the iron this way, it looks good. I can still see what's going on, but it also, you know, helps kind of minimize the redstone and that kind of thing. And I might have made more of these than I needed. That's okay. That's okay. That is the plan there. So, I mean, aesthetically, this section's like basically done, right? In the front. Oh, I forgot about the water drips. I mean, it's a thing. I guess we gotta deal with it unless I raise the water. Alright, peeps. So next thing we gotta do is we gotta tie this item elevator in, and at the bare minimum, it has to hit our storage containers, which are going to go right down to here. So, probably need to cut this section out. We're going to go like this up here. For some strange reason, on the top, it doesn't like glass. I don't know why. It just doesn't seem to like glass. At the top, it glitches out in it. And... slabs it seems to be okay with. Glowstone it seems to be okay with. But if you put glass there, I've seen a few times that it gets all buggered. Alright, filters. Lag spike. Filters in. And I ran the ice all the way to the other side. And put the end cap there, so it's like ready to go when we're ready to put the other filter in on the other side. We don't need to get to that right away though. And then what we need to do here is it going to go here? No, I think it's going to go, yeah, it's going to go there. So we need to build our shulker sorting stuff and things in here. And this is, frankly, way easier than you think it would be. So we're going to go like so. Then we're going to come down here. We're going to put that guy there. We're going to put that guy there. That's it. And you would look and you would think, well, nothing's going to power it, right? Wrong. Bud power to the rescue. So let's just get up like so and put our dispenser. Gotta be a dispenser. And then let's just put a block here for now. We're going to want to load that with a shulker box once we're ready to go. We're going to tie these hoppers into here, and you can see the other one just below where they locks right in here. Now, that's just far enough away. That's why I had to move this in the other episode to keep those blocks from bud powering it. So that becomes a non-issue, and we're only going to get the bud power from where it matters. So now what we need to do is grab these. And we're going to go like this. Bam, bam, bam. And then we're going to take... Where's our comparator? Comparator. And we're going to go like so. And like so. Out in this early direction. And we're going to drop comparator. Subtract. Comparator. Cake. So just like we did for the minecart stuff and thing, exact same concept. That is going to detect when the shulker is full and set the system off then. So then we're going to want a hopper set up underneath here. So it's going to dispense onto there. We're going to need, let's grab the solid block. We're going to need that guy there. And I think, let's go ahead and stick a light up here for now. I can't remember if I have anything there or not. But anyways, it needs lighting. So for now, we're at least going to put that lighting up there. So it's like, it's a really simple design, right? I mean, it looks so simple. The only real... Can I reach it? No. Can I reach that one? Yes. The only thing we really need to worry about from there is like doing that. Sealing this up as best as possible. You know what? If I remember correctly, I actually derped up here because part of what I want is in testing. I found you actually need double hoppers here. Ah! Fine. Be a jerk. Go like that. No. Why you gotta be that way, game? Why? And we're gonna go up like so. Place that guy there. Unsubtract. That's it. That's it there. And then we're going to go like that. Boom, boom. And piston. Observer. Dicky piston. Observer. Observer needs to go that way. So when it goes up, it's going to send a pulse through here. In doing so, it's actually going to provide bud power for that. When this goes off, which is going to fire that, and then there's enough of a delay between the observers for it to fire the next shulker after those hoppers have picked it up. Nice and simple. Isn't that nice and simple? Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? So now I've got to put like the intelligent cutoff switches in here for the system to be smart enough to shut off when it's full, and I mean, that's just some repeaters and a comparator that goes right here. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I've just been wiring in the shut-off actually for the big... Dang it, Bobby! Big crafting station that we're going to need soon. Because it's just easier to get it done right now. So, bang. We're going to put some lighting in here. And then I'm going to connect this, like, we don't need to worry about this. So, just real quick, very simple. Same as we did for over there and for the minecart station. You know, the comparator and subtract mode off the chest. So when that chest fills, it's going to pulse this. to lock off our crafting station at a later date. And then the light's just there to provide lighting. So, basically, you see how I've got those observers there? Yeah. Basically, that's going to go off, and we're going to have an observer. If we go up, maybe a bit too far. We're going to have an observer here that detects that. And then we're going to have an observer there. And you can see how it fired off, right? So that actually reminds me not to do that. Because, yeah, well, that should be the last time. Now I got to reset these. Okay. Now that that's done, I'm starting to run the rest of this and tie it together. So, or this one's tricky to get. So the way this works is that's going to pulse that, right? But we're also going to run that line in this early direction, like so, off redstone dust into a block. Gonna have a light up here, I believe, if memory serves me, because I can. I have room for it there, just to provide some lighting. But yeah, so when that fills up, it's gonna go this way, and it's gonna light the light that's just running into the fill light out front. Okay, now you can see why all that had to get done ahead of time, because it is very, very, very much in the way of this. So we're just going to fill this in now that that's done. That is completed. Elevator is done. Boom. Pretty simple, just standard piston setup. Honestly, from this stage, there's nothing left on the ground to do here. So I'm just going to start filling this section in. Okay, so I put the last overflow switch in there. Just the piston that drops down that extends out to lock that when the storage is full. And now I'm just doing the stuff and things over here, which is actually kind of... Oh, crap. Why did I shouldn't have gone up there. I did that with half slabs, so I went up and put solid blocks anyways. So that, yeah, that's a thing. But, yeah, this, just because of all the wiring that we have here, this is kind of a weird setup to start with. So we gotta have this like this, right? And then we need the measurement to go out into a torch so we can do our on-off thing, right? I'm gonna end up, I need to come out this far. I know I do. So we need, bam, bam. Where's our comparator? We need the comparator out like that into a block. And then we need that block to go into a block. But we have to get the signal over here. And this is why I did this, because I'm going to fall down and go boom, right? So in order to do that, we actually need bam. Did I bring... Aha! Screw you, game. I still have redstone dust. So we're actually just going to push that into a dust here so that it goes block, dust, block, right? And that way it keeps it separate from all the funky switches we have over here. So we're really compacting this. But then you should see that we get a redstone there without any interruption. And we can actually have our line come out from there. So, in the interest of being amazing, I'm going to have that bad boy come right through here. Alright, peeps, so this was super easy, actually. Like, crazy easy. I just unlocked the minecart, and it's doing its second run now. Yeah, there we go. Just want to make sure all the things are functioning as normal, so it's now in full automatic mode. I filled this side in rather than cutting out just so it was symmetrical because it was one block out, which you should be able to see. Yeah, you can see 2 here. So I might do this wall like that too, which would make things... It disappeared already. Would make things easier than having to cut all this out to fill it in. But then I'm going to have walking issues because it... Bah, bah. So, I don't know. Like, you can see that would go right up against the wall. Not really a huge deal, though, right? You know what I'm saying? Hardly a thing. Hardly a thing. I don't even know. Do I have... No, I do not. So, I went in here and I dropped sea lanterns where my levers are and figured I'd leave it just as that. I'm not going to throw a door on here, obviously, but I might do something to keep it interesting. Yeah, something, guys. Something. Can I even get over there from... I guess I could just go like this. Yeah. Could totally just go like that. That'd be a thing. So, I think I'm pretty happy with that. Like, I mean, we got... Yeah. It's looking good, guys. We got a whole bunch of shaking going on. Yeah, baby. So... This is pretty much it, guys. After this, now we can actually build the outside in the next episode and get this puppy started, which I'm so looking forward to watching all the oodles and fire come in. So, as always, guys, smash that like if you enjoyed the episode to help others like yourself might enjoy the content, find the channel. If you haven't already, hit that sub button for more videos. Thanks for watching. Bye.